Hi, so today we're going to fold some dinosaurs using origami. Origami is a special Japanese craft that uses paper that is colored on one side and white on the other. That's deliberate so you can see your folds. The first one we're going to make is this snapping dinosaur head. Okay, this is the finished one. Here is how we start. We start with a colored sheet of paper. Put the colored side up on top of the facing you. The first fold is take your two bottom corners and match the corners up to the top corners. You're folding it in half, but make sure those corners match exactly. And now fold. Pliez au milieu, comme ça. Voilà le côte verte. You now have two white sides. You're now going to take the two white corners, the top sheet only, and you're going to fold that top sheet in half so that those two top corners you just grabbed meet the two bottom corners here, exactly the points, like that. Okay, you should have a piece of paper in front of you that looks like that. We're going to now turn this over so that the white faces us. We take the two top corners here and we bring them down to match the two bottom corners. Like that. Okay? Now we want to open this up. We're going to open it up and we're going to put the colored sides together, but all those folds you made, you want to straighten them up. Okay? Now we're going to start and we're going to bring in the corners and we're going to line them up by lining the fold mark you made here in the middle is your marker, and you bring first one corner in, then the next corner. Just the top sheet. Then the bottom. Right in the middle like that. And the bottom here. Okay? It should look like that. Should have red triangles or colored triangles on the top, white triangles on the bottom. Turn it over. Do the same thing here. Your last triangle, your red triangles, bring them into the middle, like that. Bring this one into the middle. Okay. Now you want to grab that. We're going to make a little shape like here. That's how many sides have we got? 1, 2, 3. A hexagon. It's 6 sides. We're going to take the colored part here, fold it under so we're making a little boat, and that's actually really a little canoe. That could be you could put that in the bathtub. If you put a little Lego guy in there, it would float for a while because origami paper is also coated. It won't saturate with water. But in this case, we're going to use that basic shape and it'll become a head. It'll become our snapping jaws. To do that, we'll fold it in half here. It's called a pinch fold. We're meeting these two long points here. Hold them with your thumb and pinch up here. Just make a pinch. When you open it up, you'll see that mark where you pinched. You didn't fold it exactly. On that pinch fold, gently rip that open. All the layers should be ripped open now. And where you made that opening, you're going to fold the jaws, the dinosaur jaws back. So there'll be a long, long, thin kind of jawline here. And you turn it over. So the second side also is like that. And here. There. Now, how to make it into a head? You have to pop it. So you're going to put your hands in the middle. And you're going to open it up as if it were a boat. But now, instead of a boat, it's a head. And if we get markers, we can draw eyes on either side. And we're saying goodbye. See you for the next one. So we start with a plain piece of origami paper. We're going to turn this paper into an origami T-Rex. We're going to follow the design that Mark Kirschenbaum created in 1997. He calls it his Pure Land T-Rex. So we'll start with this orange piece of origami paper. Orange on this side, white on that side. Put it in front of you as though it were a triangle, and your first fold is in half from the long edges. So that's right through the middle here. All those points should meet as exact as you can, and crease it. Then open it up. Now you have a crease down the center. You're going to use that as your guide and bring in your what's called the kite fold. So you use that midline fold as your guideline for folding in the two sides of the paper. Point at the bottom. Turn it this way. And the other side. Like that. Looks like a kite. Okay? Now we want to go up here, and we're going to do just a little fold from here. We're going to bring that top down to meet those two white sides and crease it like that. Okay? Turn it over. It should be all white. Oh, and we'll bring this up. You should see this fold line and this center fold line. Now we want to take the tail, the bottom of your kite, and bring it up to where we have this intersection where we just made that crease from the top. So the point, the bottom point, will meet that crease mark, just like that. Turn it over. On this side you should have a colored triangle at the top, and the white patches on the bottom. They're just a quadrant, an irregular four-sided figure. Those two irregular flaps, we're going to take each flap and fold it down so that these two corners, these points, meet exactly. You'll make a triangle. And crease it like that. Okay. Turn this one over, I think. Yeah, turn this one over. Should look like this, where you have this funny tail. Bring this tail down now. And look at this square part here. This is now what we want to fold in half, exactly in half. So we're going to grab from here. We're going to join this point to that point and this point to that point with a crease. Make sure our points match. And crease it. Okay? Turn it over. Now we want to take these two flaps, and we're creating the back end of the dinosaur. We're creating this tail for the T-Rex. We're folding these long triangles up from the, so they meet. Crease that, and the other side. To turn that over, and we're going to open that part up like this. That was it. So we've got this tail down here, and we want to create a second crease here. So we're going to grab it and fold it up into that square, just like that. Over here, we want to make a fold from this point up to the top of the head. We're making the legs and arms here. So we take this point here, the tip of that point first, and go right up to the top of this tip here. And in origami, you always do the same thing on the other side, because you're creating animals that are bilaterally symmetrical, so that's nice that you have paper that'll obey those rules of bilateral symmetry. Any paper that's a perfect square will give you a perfectly bilaterally symmetrical animal. These are hard to get down to these points. The paper starts to stretch a bit the more it's folded. It's harder to crease, that's normal. Just the way it's harder for me to crease these flat compared to the beginning. It's going to be the same for you. Okay, so it looks like that. Turn it over. We're starting to get a shape. This is the head, this is the tail. I want to bring this fold up. This is the back legs by doing that. Can you see that fold? I took the back, it was flat. I put my fingers under there and folded it just up into the body. Okay? At the head here, we want to do just a tuck under for the tip of the nose, the T-Rex nose. Okay? Now we're going to actually fold it in half this long ways, and you can almost see it taking shape now. There he is down there.